Are you ready for season 3, the finale?
Yep, welcome to season 3 of Servant, episode 10, the finale, Mama. Dorothy Turner, played by Lauren Ambrose, is feeling the whole world is against her. And an increasingly erratic and delusional Dorothy makes a desperate final plan to get rid of Leanne with unpredictable and devastating consequences for all. I'm Bill, and we're here with Sonia, of course, her son Dylan,
hello,
and his girlfriend Nicole.
Okay,
What did you all think of the episode?
So I was a little skeptical at first because I saw in the credits that the finale was directed by M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Ishana Night.
And you really want him to direct it, right?
Right, like he did in the first season.
Right.
So she did direct Hive this season, but
Which was good.
I'm not sure why I was hesitant. Maybe it was because of her age. She's only 22, and she's the same age as Nell Free, who plays Leanne. I guess both are born in 1999. They're older than you guys. I mean, they're younger than you guys.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
But
How many episodes did M. Night even direct?
oh
this
my
season?
gosh, this season I think just one.
I was gonna say I rarely saw his name in the credits.
Yeah, I think just
Yeah.
one.
I didn't pay attention.
Oh, he's always there as executive producer.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember.
I'm just there for the show.
Yeah. He spreads out the directing duties pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember she had done the finale for season 2 as well. And then she did work on that movie Old. That
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan did. She was like the second unit director. So, but you have little faith. I liked it.
I did too.
I thought it was
sometimes.
good. I was skeptical too because the first thing I do every time I watch the episode is I look at the runtime.
Yeah.
man, 28 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Was it? I think it was
28
26.
minutes
Was it
ain't
28
enough.
or 26?
I thought it was like 24 or something.
Oh, you're right. I think it was 26.
Maybe it's
I think
26.
Last week was 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they got a
Yeah,
lot of
26.
nerve.
I was like, I got way too many questions for you to answer in 26 minutes. But
yeah.
the first half of the episode, I was skeptical too because I was like, what's Dorothy up to? I don't understand. But she's conniving. But I mean, it wasn't the best episode of the season, but
What do you think was
it
the
a
best
good
episode?
cliffhanger. Oh, well, gosh, what was it? What was the one where the baby disappeared? Was that 6 or 7?
Oh, that was the.
Where she flexed
freaked
on
out.
him and like left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she turned
think
it
that
back
was-
into the doll.
best.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that was the best episode. But I think episodes 5 through 9 all hit.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
10 was good. It was better than the first few, but
They all had a good punch at the end, you know?
yeah.
So, well, I love this episode because Dorothy got her.
Dorothy got her comeuppance.
Yeah, exactly. But this episode was written by Amy Louise Johnson. And
Okay.
we've mentioned her work previously. She did work on Netflix on Messiah
Uh-huh.
and then Tyrant on FX.
Oh, okay.
And then she was also the writer on episode 6 of this
Fish.
season. Yeah, Fish.
Yeah.
Mhm. What was your your initial impression?
I mean, I thought it was pretty eventful and not what we thought was going to happen.
We still don't know anything yet. We didn't get a lot of answers.
Not a lot of answers.
But I know when last time I talked to you, Dylan, you had mentioned that about Lauren Ambrose, who plays Dorothy, what a great actress she is. And I don't know if you guys,
Oh, she's carrying this show.
right? Especially this.
She's put
season.
the
She's got us
show-
hating her. Like, you got to be good to stir that type of emotion.
Oh, I hate her,
Yeah.
but she can carry a scene just by herself. She's crazy. Her face is super emotive. She's got range. Even in this episode, it's like,
She's got to win some awards
She's-
here.
Yeah.
God, she's so good.
Well, I know that Lauren Ambrose and Rupert Grint, who plays Julian Pearce, were both nominated as Best Actress and Best Actor for the Critics' Choice Super Awards
Oh,
for in the Best Horror Series category.
okay.
So I
Hey.
think it's rightly deserved.
Absolutely. Let's get into the opening scene. Letting us know they're letting us know that the cult members are watching. Because in the very first scene, they're showing somebody a house across the street, and they look over, insinuating that this is, a cult member. Looking over at it, the camera kind of insinuates it goes through the wall. We see termites eating up stuff, and then Dorothy wakes up. So it was like, was Dorothy dreaming about that decay in the wall, or was that actually what's happening?
I think that's happening. What did you make of the scene of Dorothy in the shower?
I don't know. I was weird. The only thing that came about that for me was it was kind of a good sign, because typically when people are in serious depression, they don't shower. It's like an overwhelming task, that they don't want to do. So her getting up and showering was a good sign that she's kind of snapping out of it. Well, let's talk about what Sean cooked for the finale episode.
Of course, we always have to talk about what Sean cooked. in this scene, Sean, played by Toby Kebbell,
Yep.
My favorite team, hashtag Team Sean, offers Dorothy some juice in the kitchen.
All right.
And he's made a savory amaranth porridge, mulberry scones, satsuma preserve, and slab bacon.
And what is slab bacon? Is that like center cut?
Oof, that bacon looked good.
You just
What
said
is
it looked
it?
good.
Oh, it looked
Oh no,
good.
I said it
Okay.
looked good. It just looks like pork
looks
belly,
like a whole
like sliced pork
Yeah.
belly.
Is that what it
super
is?
thick.
Yeah.
The whole smoked pork belly? Okay, okay. That's something we should do.
Yeah, cut it-
Yeah,
I
like
my
bacon a little bit thicker. Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if Julian ate any bacon, or did he just drink the green juice? Did you see there was like a thing of green juice that Julian had?
It's gross.
Still on this health kick.
Yeah. Well, a lot of other things raveled here.
Yeah.
We see one of the park people walk by. And Leanne, who of course is played by Nell Tiger Free, is full on cult leader at this point. And, she said, because they're kind of admonishing Dorothy or whatever, and, telling her, hey, you just need to act right, basically. And, well, that's what Leanne was telling her, because
Right.
the other two were basically kissing Dorothy's butt, telling her Frank was out of line and all this. And Leanne came back and said, no, Frank's not the problem. It's you and I, but basically I can save you if you'll stop fighting me. So it just really made me think, wow, she is straight up cult leader here.
Yeah. And I was almost...
Yeah, Leanne's creeping me out.
She is.
She's creeping me out with her voice, and I
What
don't
do you
know.
mean her voice?
It's okay, Dorothy. We're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
What was your Leanne impression?
What I thought was funny
That's what
was
I'm going to do.
the way Jericho was looking at her when she was saying this. Y'all notice that? He's like,
No.
like he was worshiping, but she resurrected him.
Exactly.
So if we had that theory that she can control anybody she resurrects, like Julian, maybe that's why he likes her so much,
Yeah. He's super cute. But yeah, he was looking at her like that.
He is
And
a zombie
then-
baby.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's his
It's
master.
not like Pet Cemetery. He's not like a Pet Cemetery zombie baby.
Not yet.
He's just right. And then right about this time is when Dorothy starts playing the game. Saying you're right. I'm sorry.
It was so disingenuous too. Like it was so obvious she was BSing. Even Sean and Julian looked at each other in the back like, "What?
What'd you guys think? Do you guys think that she was?
Did you buy it?"
No, of
No.
course you can't buy that. But just to go back on what you previously said, I mean, how can that baby be resurrected, right? It can't be. Like, how can you turn a resurrected baby back into a doll?
This is why I think.
Because it's a soul inside a inanimate
Maybe.
object.
But what I'm thinking is maybe that's why Leanne's thought of as so special among the park people and the cult people is because she was able to resurrect somebody without a body. That seems very unusual, and if that's the case, that's why they were saying, "Oh, he's a miracle baby." Remember when they were walking through the park? Yeah. So maybe it's something to do with that. Then again, maybe it's something else.
I'd be interested. That's why I was a little bit disappointed that, just to skip ahead, that Dorothy didn't leave the house with the baby.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what happened. We saw what happened when Leanne leaves the house. The baby goes away and it turns into a doll. It almost makes me wonder, like, what is she doing to resurrect that baby? Like, is it actually just the doll that she turned into this flesh and blood? Is she like mind controlling everybody
to see what they
around
see?
her? Does she have to be within proximity to this to keep this
or can she do it by
resurrection
will?
active?
Who
And
knows,
that's why
right?
it went away.
Because she wasn't that far away when it turned into the doll. She was just right outside on the stoop. So she must
Right
have
outside, yeah.
did
It
that.
would be interesting to see if Dorothy, the second she left the doorway, if that baby
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
we get to see that. And hope they explain all this in season 4. Every episode is going to have to be great in season 4. So
Yeah.
I was pretty sure Dorothy wasn't falling for not Dorothy, that
Sean
Sean
and
and Julian and Leanne weren't falling for the okie doke, you know. As we see, because we see in the next scene when Sean and Julian are watching Dorothy and Leanne playing.
Yeah, they're not buying it. They even said straight up, you know,
Right.
are you buying this? No,
No.
I'm not buying whatever. But I thought maybe there was some foreshadowing in this scene because he had reiterated, Julian did, Leanne won't hurt Dorothy. And Sean's like, well, we better keep an eye on him in case it goes south.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that kind of made me think, something bad's going to happen.
At any rate, Leanne's definitely got Dorothy following in line. You know, we see them doing ballet.
That's what she's always wanting her to do, you know, playing
another
mommy.
figure, yeah. We hear M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, Salika Knight, singing in the background.
Yeah. But it really made me mad in the next scene with Dorothy and Sean, because Sean walks in after Leanne leaves, right? And he's all, you know, like, or Dorothy says, like, how could you, when Dr. Mackenzie said that I might be a danger to Jericho, I looked in your eyes and you believed that I could hurt Jericho. It's like, you killed him, Dorothy. Like, this is why she's so frustrated. Like, I know she's delusional, but she's so arrogant, you know?
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. I was like just gritting my teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. Should we be sympathizing with Dorothy? I can't even believe I'm saying
There's
this.
tons of Dorothy
Should we be
sympathizers out
sympathizing
there.
with her? Because if we look at it at her point of view, she doesn't know what's going on, or does she know what's going on? But if she doesn't, is she justified?
I guess it'd all be terrifying, you know.
to be acting the way she is. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, this is what I kind of think, and I think deep down she knows what happened, right? But I think she has what Dylan said, a mental wall up, and is blocking out that traumatic experience. But I think she's acting the way she's acting because she knows something is weird with Leanne. Something's weird. It's off. It's not right. I don't necessarily think she knows it has to do with Jericho.
Yeah. Well, can we all talk about Leanne going into the crawl space to clean up Aunt Josephine? You know, why do you think she did that?
Maybe a fresh start. Maybe they're
No,
talking
but
about a fresh
I don't
start.
think bodies just turn to dust.
Yeah, that was some bad
Yeah, it's
CGI, I thought. But even if it did, like, maybe because they kept talking about a fresh start. But why is there so much room in that crawl space too? I was just like, maybe that's common back there.
Yeah. I was thinking the only two things that caught me off guard was that body decomposed fast. Like, it's either super hot with no air conditioning, no nothing, to where, like, it's just pretty much a skeleton now. I don't know how much time has passed in the show. And then the other thing was bodies don't just turn to dust
Yeah.
out of
Unless
nowhere.
it's a...
So she clearly used some more magic to make this an easy Swiffer cleaner upper
She's gonna need more than just
dust
that.
pile.
I don't know.
Just that,
nasty old.
just her glove and some bleach. Yeah.
And the spray.
That's
Yeah,
the first
get outta
thing Dylan said. That scene came on, and he goes, "She's gonna need more than that to clean that mess up."
Oh, okay.
Well, it was a nice burial.
Really?
Hey,
Thrown in a trash can.
hey, was that the same trash can that Julian tossed the Reborn doll in like season
sure it was.
1? Yeah, it looked like it was in the same spot.
I'm sure it was.
And it was
Yeah,
as
it's
unceremoniously dumped as Josephine.
Exactly.
Josephine asked for it, though.
When the body turned to ash, all I could think about was her just cleaning it up like it was a fireplace.
Yeah, I was like, why does she have a shop vac in there? So what's she doing?
I guess there would have been questions. Oh, she had a shop vac. Like, what are you doing, Leanne?
All right. Well, anyway, let's talk about Detective Roscoe showing up, working for Leanne now. He comes and says he can't find anything else about Milo. And Leanne says, I will not suffer injustice, which is really weird. And the way she said it was odd. But immediately after, it shows her washing Julian's back in the bathtub, right? And she asked Dorothy, or she asked Julian if Dorothy was being honest. And Julian starts telling a story about how she beat up some kid and had to write an apology letter. And she didn't write an apology letter. She wrote how he deserved it and blah, blah, blah. And that my sister won't suffer injustice. Like, that term was used, but why? I mean, I could see if it was the other way around, like if he used it and then Leanne repeated it, but she said it first, which is really weird. Does that kind of show that how much control she has over him? Or
What'd you guys think of Dorothy looking at the calendar?
Yeah.
I was hoping when she flipped back through that calendar, I'm like, oh my gosh, is she finally going to like stop pretending that she doesn't remember? But then she just puts it away, and I'm like, we still got to keep going with this lie more and more.
Right. What do you think she was looking at it for?
I think she was looking like, I'm getting ready to blow this popsicle stand. I'm out of here. I don't know what happened that week, but I know what's happening this week or today. And I'm out of here.
There's a scene, too, where directly across the house, they're looking through the window. The camera is. Now, is this just cinematography or whatever? Or is that the cult members watching through another empty unit, watching the house?
I wouldn't be surprised if so. But I also think it's the camera angles and the different perspectives that the show has always given us.
Yeah, they give us some cool shots. Yeah.
An example of this is like the camera shot when Sean is sitting at the stairs. It was like, you said it was like he was talking to God.
Right. And that's what you were talking about earlier, Dylan. You know, how he's sitting there, he's lamenting, kind of like when people in distress pray, right? He looks up, there's Leanne, and he's basically having a conversation with his God. He knows she brought the baby back,
Thinking about that too, like, we all know why they drink wine in that house, to enjoy themselves, but he's also drinking wine, which, if we want to get technical, that could be like
the blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eucharist.
Sacrilege.
Yeah.
Not sacrilege.
Sacrament.
Sacrament,
yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things they do really well in the show is the filming.
Yeah, the camera angles are great, but I'll tell you one camera angle that they need to stop. They need to stop this camera angle.
What's that?
Where it's showing a window on the brownstone, right? And then a random person walking by the window.
Oh, they did that a lot this episode.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired
of it because every single time it's just a cult member.
I'm under the assumption
it's always just a cult.
It's always Roscoe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, but I think the point of having a shot like that is to, like, build the suspense and the thrill of, like, oh my gosh, who is it?
So you think they're overdoing it, right?
Every single time it's just Leanne's cult just walking by, and I'm like,
yeah. Why do you guys think during this scene also the picture falls, and the picture is of Julian and Dorothy as a little boy and a little girl, and it falls off the wall.
Yeah, they're in their mother's room because
I recognize the wallpaper.
The wallpaper, that's it. Yeah. I think it was just a rotting,
You don't think Leanne did that because she was angry?
Yeah. I think her emotions are tied in with the decay and all that, or whatever is taking her over, or whatever's going on, But why a picture of the siblings? I don't know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Julian is getting it on that Peloton bike.
Yeah, he's found a new addiction, I think.
He is working it. Hey, at least a positive one.
That's a positive one, yeah.
So
yeah, but then we see Leanne and Dorothy going to the park, which basically, for me, this is Leanne punking Dorothy, and it is kind of cruel because she didn't want Jericho anywhere around or whatever, and she's like, nah, you're going to come. And she makes her go to the park and makes her get surrounded by these people that scare her, just to show her, hey, they're safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the fat Jon Snow in the park?
There's a guy that looks just like Jon Snow if he gained like 30 pounds. Watch the scene again. It's hilarious.
Leanne took her down there to encourage her to take an anchor job on the 11 News. So she'd have a more routine schedule. I love the scene where Dorothy and Jericho are bathing, and Jericho says, Mama.
Or does he? That might have just been wishful thinking. But the freaky thing is that Jericho is actually looking behind her and kind of pointing and smiling there and says something that might be Mama a couple times. But when she turns behind her, there's no one there. He is a little zombie baby. Maybe there's something in the netherworld he'd be calling Mama. Like, I don't know. Does he see something there? Yeah. She seems to realize, too, that he's not talking to her.
Oh, yeah. She kind of looks behind like, who are you looking at?
Yeah.
So
that was weird.
It just makes me think of season 2, 2 a.m. When Leanne was trying to escape out the front door, and Dorothy's like, where is he? And Leanne says, he's in a better place, surrounded by people that love him. We keep him warm. We keep him happy. We keep him safe from you. So maybe it's those people he's looking at.
It may be. Maybe they're watching.
I think it's just.
And why does Jericho why does he look all jacked? Did you notice that? He looks like a little buff baby. I was like, what the heck?
What were you going to say, Dylan?
Yeah.
There's been several scenes in this show where like Leanne is in a frame, and then the next second she's not in a frame, or vice versa.
I thought when she turned around, Leanne would be standing there. That's what I thought.
I think she was standing there when the baby was saying Mama, but then there's like 5 seconds that passed there, and then when they actually show us the camera of the doorway, she's obviously not there. She left. I think she was
that means
there,
all the
and she walked away.
That means all the people that think it's Leanne's baby are gonna be like, see.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's Leanne's baby.
No,
I don't think it is either.
No.
So, it's funny that you brought up that about Jericho being buff. Because I've got some trivia for you guys.
Oh, okay.
How many? Yeah, you always have trivia. Did you guys know there are 10 different sets of twins playing Jericho?
Oh.
One of them's on steroids.
One of them's on steroids.
Just kidding.
that one looks like he was. But
on HGH.
Yeah. Well, next scene, Dorothy asks everybody to dress up, makes a real nice meal, breaks out a $20,000 bottle of wine. That's just crazy. Most of their wine is super expensive, but that one, $20,000 is the average price for that bottle for a 1978, right?
Julian had that same reaction. He's like, what? On a Tuesday even, Dorothy?
The nectar of ambrosia, he says.
The club going up.
What?
Tuesday.
Julian said it was a bottle of Romany, Conti.
Yeah.
Yes,
A
yes.
nectar of ambrosia, he says.
Yeah, I guess it's a red wine. It was their
Mm-hmm.
mom's. It was Dorothy's farewell.
Yeah, yeah. He even said even Zeus is sitting on his bottles.
Right, right.
So it's definitely an investment thing. At this point, we started thinking that Dorothy was going to drug everyone. Remember we said there was a theory we had when we saw her medication? We really thought she was going to drug everyone with her sleeping medication so she could take off.
Like she did in Pizza.
Yeah, but...
I don't
She's
think
not
That's a
smart.
good idea.
that's smart.
Yeah, I think she's smart, but maybe not. Maybe it was
That's a
just
great
this is my goodbye.
Yeah, because the last
Yeah.
we were wrong.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. On a side note, it looked like Dorothy put her foot in that meal.
Oh yeah.
Right? Sean looked so happy.
Oh yeah.
Sean was like, "Ooh, this is just the perfect." What did he say? It's like the
Perfect balance.
Yeah, perfectly balanced. And how did you cook this, Dorothy? I didn't know you were paying attention, but it looked like game hens or a pheasant. It had shaved truffles. It looked like spinach gnocchi.
Yum yum. So good.
So
Yeah. And again, Leanne's in total control of Julian. And she actually make him drink this time. I mean, I know it's a 20,000 bottles, his last bottle of wine from his mama, but he's an alcoholic in recovery. And she was like, he was even saying he's not going to. And she's like, nah, yeah, you're going to. If she really cared, she would not.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah,
beat it
I'll
again,
help
you
you.
can beat it
You know,
again.
with my power, I won't let you fall. It's like
Are you sure?
people that
Well,
care
no
about
one's
each
gonna
other
relapse
don't
anyway.
do that, right?
right.
True.
Yeah, I think Leanne made it clear she didn't care about Julian though when she laughed at him when he asked her in a previous episode if they were friends. So but that scene was pretty pivotal. It leads to a genuinely fun family moment where they're all laughing when Leanne says the F word.
Yeah, they're describing the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing in with wine tasters. We had some friends that are really good or wine connoisseurs that kind of taught us a little about wine when we were in Italy.
What do you taste?
And that's actually how wine tasters describe wine, with these crazy thoughts. Like Dorothy says,
Old fireworks.
it tastes like old fireworks. Julian says it's violets. Sean says it's a barn and fall. And then, of course, Leanne says the F word, which was funny, right? And they all laugh, and it just seems real heartwarming.
Yeah, exactly. The cinematography, it seems heartwarming, but it seemed really creepy too. The way they were the cinematography they were during that dinner scene was so creepy. It was like really
zoomed in.
close. Right,
Yeah.
super zoomed in on their faces. And even more ominous, like you said, Dylan, that's when we get a glimpse of Roscoe, your favorite thing, walking by the window.
Yeah, and it was Roscoe too. It makes it really hard to tell, but he's got the same jacket on.
Yeah.
And it is unusual for him to be there, until you find out who he's meeting, right? So I had a feeling before, and I never really said it because it just seemed kind of like one of my crazy theories, but I thought he might have been controlled by the actual main cult. Because of the car scene when Aunt May and Uncle George surrounded his car in season 1, I kind of felt like he was killed and resurrected there, or, they put the mojo on him or something because he's been weird ever since and feeling different. And, obviously they got a hold on him.
We see him walk by the window. We see Dorothy and Sean on the sofa.
Mm-mm.
And you had
Sucky,
mentioned you
now.
thought there was a misunderstanding
Oh, yeah.
in that part.
Yeah. So she sits down and starts talking to him, just about their marriage and what's going on and blah, blah, blah. And she apologizes. She says, sorry. Sean, I think, mistakes that for, I'm sorry we're not getting along, when she actually meant, sorry for what I'm about to do, which is bounce with your child, Then she gives him another goodbye, And if you're not sure, she wakes up, in his arms, and her dress is off, and she pulls it off the back of the couch. So there's been something going on,
Angry with
Yeah,
you.
from there it goes.
Maybe she'll be
That's when it
pregnant.
goes back,
First,
Yeah.
and it goes back to Roscoe, and he comes down the the alleyway and starts talking. And the big reveal. You know, this was a question that was answered, which is cool. Everybody's wondering what's going on with Uncle George. Like, Nicole just said she didn't think he was dead. I didn't think he was dead either. None of us, I think, thought he was dead.
Right.
But were they going to show him again? We didn't know. You know, he shows up and, I mean, it was just like, what? I'm sure everybody was freaking out.
I was
like,
happy
there he
to
is.
see Boris MacGyver, a.k.a. Uncle George, grace
Boris
our
MacGyver.
screens again. I missed his voice.
Yeah. And why is he dressed like Colonel Sanders?
Smell the rock.
He's on an all-white suit. So I'm thinking, this made me laugh because I was thinking, okay, well, maybe he got killed and resurrected again, and just like Gandalf the Grey went to Gandalf the White. It's, you know, from the Lord of the Rings. This is Uncle George the White. You know, does he have more powers? Yeah. He's definitely got powers of the sense of smell because he could smell the house from down the street. Did you guys notice the sound in there when he was talking? It was kind of like an old creaky tree, or the sound of stress. It was like if you twisted leather, it was making that sound. It's like, what is that supposed to mean?
I think her retching harkens back to season 1's finale with Aunt May when she's in Jericho's room. She's talking to Leanne, and she says, the air is still putrid. I could smell it the moment I walked in the door. So like I said, they've all gone nose blind. I swear.
They need some Febreze or something. So, you know, and of course we get to see what Dorothy's been up to all this time. You know, she's got a bag of money, and she had a passport in it, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think
she automatically
she was just trying to get away.
At least me, I knew that, you know, obviously she's not going to leave the house. If anything, you know, I thought more was going to happen in the scene that Bill was talking about, where, you know, I thought she was going to try to hurt Sean or something at that point. But once they just kissed and made up, I was like, there's no way she's getting out of this house with all this cash, this passport, and a crying baby. Like, Leanne she's got ears in every crevice of this house.
She's a bulldog.
There's no way she's gonna let this happen.
Yeah. And she didn't have the binky ready. Like, who doesn't have the binky ready for the baby?
Exactly.
Like, you know.
Speaking of that, which was interesting because it was in the bag. When she opened it to put whatever she put in the bag before going to get Jericho, the binky was in the bag.
Well, a lot of people have been saying in the comments that Leanne wants to be with Sean. She wants the house to replace Dorothy. We got another answer because guess what? Leanne doesn't want any of that. Yeah, she wants Dorothy, right? She wants her mom.
Yeah, we can see that. Yeah, that.
Why are you shaking your head, Nicole?
Between that one.
Well, she made it kind of obvious. She's like, I'll follow you anywhere. Can I come with you? You know, it's like.
Dorothy even says, you can have Julian, you can have Sean.
Yeah, you could have my husband.
No, I just want you.
My brother.
Can I come with you?
You could have the house.
Yeah.
No, she wants her.
Leanne knows what she wants.
I think she really does.
I think
it's dang obvious. Yeah, she wants Dorothy.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think she doesn't know what she wants? She's been stalking this woman since she was 8.
Yeah. You know, well, then we see her like drop down and grab Dorothy and, you know, basically snitches her out, and Sean and Julian run out and to find out that she's trying to leave. And this, I always have a favorite line of the episode, and Dorothy has never had a favorite line for me, but she did this time. I don't know why, but I really liked, she had like a moment of clarity where she wasn't all crazy, and she just looked at her and says, I'm not your effing mother.
I am your boss.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not your friend, I'm your boss, you know, and it was just like,
that was
my favorite line of the whole thing. Yeah, right? Yeah,
I was like,
pretty,
finally.
You dare look at me like that.
Right, it's the only thing Dorothy said that I enjoyed.
I will never let anything
Did you guys see the look on Leanne's face during that scene?
I know.
Yeah, that was not a sorrow face. That looked like aggression, you know?
Sorry, Dorothy.
Then, all of a sudden, Sonia's favorite part. Leanne says, sorry, Dorothy. And then all of a sudden, you know, we see termites eating the railing and it breaks off. Dorothy falls.
It was a great scene with her falling.
Sonia laughed out loud.
I did.
You did, and it was maniacal. It wasn't he was like, whoa. I was like, damn. Even I wasn't laughing. But Dorothy, of course, she breaks her leg and her wrist on the way down, hits really hard. And
I was not expecting that at all. How about you guys? Were you guys shocked? I was kind of shocked.
No, I knew she was going to fall immediately when she started, when it changed the scene to her, them looking at her and her backing up. I knew it immediately.
I knew she was going to fall. Yeah, I knew she was going to fall, but I didn't know she was going to fall like that.
Yeah, it was pretty violent. And then her ankle. Oh,
well, I mean,
gosh,
they were at the very
broke
top story of the building, so it wasn't going to be a pretty fall.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, will Dorothy be bedridden and unable to escape, or will she die and get resurrected?
Dylan
and
here's I
the
have
thing.
three theories for this.
3 theories? Okay, well let me say this first and then tell me how it relates. So, I'm kind of worried about that because I don't think Leanne wants to resurrect her. I don't think she wants control over Dorothy. She wants Dorothy to love her free willingly, right? So, I think she's just going to keep her. She's just mauled, and she's going to keep her bedridden. And she's going to depend on her. Because it would be too easy if she resurrected her, right?
Well, first of all,
what are your theories?
Before I can talk about the theories, do you think that Leanne did this on purpose? See, I don't think she did.
Absolutely.
Because if we're going to go with the assumption that she did this on purpose, then that means that we're going with the assumption that she can control the termites to eat the wood in a particular area to cause her to break through this wood and fall.
Then there was the part where the scene where Leanne, for some reason, is sitting by that hole looking down at the bubbling goo, which is, and she's smiling. Like, I think she's learning, she's drawing this power and she's starting to realize, hey, this is part of me, know.
I still don't think that she did that to Dorothy on purpose.
But we could see some people thinking that. But then how did she kill Isabel? How'd she...
Do you think she killed Isabel?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Do you think she killed Isabel?
That's like,
we do.
It's like a direct... There's a direct line of... I mean, this is the problem with the show right now is we don't know what she's capable of, right? We don't know how exactly she's doing these things, but, maybe she wrote a picture in her book of Dorothy falling down through the wood, right? Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Well, who do you think was in that car coming to pick Dorothy
idea.
up? I don't think it was an Uber because they're flashing their lights and stuff.
Yeah.
The only person I can think of is maybe Vera.
Maybe Vera. She's been her partner in crime a couple of times, right?
So, getting back to Dorothy, what I think might happen to her is she's going to leave her maimed. Kind of like in the infamous hobbling scene in the movie Misery.
Oh, yeah.
When Annie Wilkes, Kathy Bates, crushes Paul Sheldon's ankle so he can't walk. You guys remember that? So. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, though. I kind of feel like Annie when it comes to Servant. Like, if I saw M. Night Shyamalan or Tony Basgallop, I'd be like, I'm the number one fan.
Come home and there's some dude hobbled in the sitting in my place on the sofa.
I also want to point out that when Dorothy's limbs were shown all broken and bended over, it reminded me of a scene in the movie Old with M. Night Shyamalan that Ishana and I worked on.
Oh, okay.
When she was all like...
She had that
when she's all twisted up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you guys hear Sean in the background yelling, call 911?
I just heard him yelling.
Yeah, he sounded pretty freaked out.
She can't.
Yeah, he did. Julian was the one.
I don't think she's dead. Her eyes were open.
Yeah, her eyes were open. She looked up, and Leanne was looking down at her like, see what you get.
She's for sure paralyzed.
Okay, so let us know what your theories are for season 4. You guys said earlier you had some theories.
You guys said you had some theories. What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I'm hoping that she she
Answers.
heals her injuries. That's pretty much it. I hope that we get to know what her powers are. This is the last season, right? They've got 10 episodes,
Maybe.
30
Yeah,
minutes an
this is
episode.
the last
Can I get an
season.
hour episode? Like, too much to ask for 1 hour episode. Like, the season
Right?
finale could be a twofer. I want to know what her powers are.
They're always shorter.
We need some tie-up with the cult. I would like Dorothy to get cured by Leanne. Need to know what Jericho is exactly, and that will pretty much do it.
Yeah, hopefully we get all that.
What about you? What are your theories?
Well, I think the misery thing is going to happen for sure. I think she's
You
going
think
to.
she's gonna heal her?
No.
Okay.
I think she's
wow.
going to keep her bedridden and dependent on her, and she's going to be feeding her and taking care of Jericho and just having her there to be,
Yeah.
at
least until
at her beck and call.
Dorothy
And,
comes.
Maybe the whole seasons it was all just the lead up to what it actually is, where she's just messed up.
It can't.
She's messed up.
It can't be.
yeah,
Jericho.
everybody in
I don't
the servant group has been saying that they hope it's not that. That's almost like the end of Lost. Like, how dare you don't do that, or Dallas. That was another one that was like it was all a dream in
I'm
someone's
really
head.
hoping it's
Gotta be.
something supernatural. I know M. Night Shyamalan had stated that he has always known what the final episode would be. And it looks like it's going to be airing on Apple TV at the end of 2023.
Ugh.
So,
We got a year and a half.
yeah. What am I going to do? Good Lord.
We've only got enough content for like 5 more videos.
Well,
we
we
better
got
come
the
up.
dollhouse.
We better come up with something.
Scary.
Yeah.
I think season 4 is going to be really scary.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah, they've written 6 episodes of season 4 thus far, and they've outlined the other 4.
And I'm not as nice as you are about it. I want them to work day and night and get it done by like the end of the summer.
Or if it's gonna,
I don't wanna wait.
2023, give me hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know
Maybe
what?
10
That's
episodes.
that's a good trade. That's a
10
good
hour
trade.
long.
10
Or at
hour-long
least-
episodes?
At least, a lot of
Yeah.
shows do an hour-long
we're gonna
episode
get it,
1
but-
and 10, right? Like the intro be an hour, the
Mm-hmm.
finale be an hour, and then everything in the middle could be 30. But that at the
Yeah.
bare minimum, that.
Okay.
I definitely think we're going to be seeing more of Uncle George and
Oh.
hopefully Aunt May again, and maybe we'll actually see who they, find out
Who they
more
are.
about the
And who
cult of the
him.
lesser saint.
Who's him?
Yeah, who's him? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be war.
Okay. In the meantime,
Yeah, that's where I'm torn. I'm torn because it's like, is the cult that Leanne came from the bad people, or are they actually good people and she's bad?
Right. That's what we've been
I
thinking.
don't
Like,
know.
you
What
know,
I want,
if you listen to
answer.
Uncle George, Leanne's bad.
Her story
Yeah.
So
in the meantime, we can get our Rupert Grint fix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna miss Julian with a new movie he's doing with M. Night Shyamalan called Knock at the Cabin.
Is there a trailer out for it yet? Do you know?
lately we're up to 224 strong. And I really appreciate you all.
Let us know in the comments what some of your favorite moments were from this season finale. And here's a fun question. If you were a servant character, which character would you be?
Yeah, who would you be? Hey, one last question.
What?
What was your favorite line?
Oh, my favorite line was right in the beginning in the kitchen scene when Julian tells Dorothy that Frank isn't allowed over the house anymore.
Oh,
what does he say?
Julian says if he loses his keys or forgets one word to a Steely Dan song, he's going to lock him up.
As my father, if he ever forgets his keys or a single lyric to a Steely Dan song, I'm having him locked up for dementia.
Well, like this, if you would, please comment. As always, we love the comments. And if you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. Bye. Come on, Dylan.
Bye.
Dylan's got the best bye in the business. So yeah,
Bye.
keep going. Thanks a lot.
Well, What the hell happens now?
The end.